Like, yeah, okay, I'm 15% Italian. Okay, that's why I love pasta so much. Oh, my face is greasy.
Shorty says she like my teeth, okay, forever, ever. You would never tell a lie.
What's up, face fam? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. How you doing? How you been? So today what I'm doing is something that I've wanted to do for a while now, which is, you cannot see this because it's too bright. Okay, let's turn that down. There we go. Which is some DNA ancestry is falling out my hand testing kits. If you black, like, you know, there's something there besides just African, like slavery, mixing it together, you know, slaveholders, slaves. They were, you know what happened. You know, I don't need to take you back down that 5th grade history road, okay? You know what happened. Obviously, I know I'm not Africa, but I want to know, to some extent, what is there? What gives me my me, you know? What percentage constitutes to each individual freckle in my face, you know? That's what I want to know. So, I thought it would be a cool, somewhat sciencey experiment if I were to do 3 of them, so then I could, like, compare them to each other, because from the research that I've done, they're not really that accurate. So I feel like, you know, when you did science as a kid and you had to do the actual experiment, you had to do it more than once to see if you would get the same result over and over again. So that's basically what I'm doing here. That's why I have 3. This is not 3. This is 6. That's why I have 3, so I can compare and contrast. And, you know, if I see the same country or whatever in each test, then it's more than likely that that is a part of my DNA, that type of thing. So that's why I have 3 of them. I just thought it would be something interesting to do and interesting to show you guys. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I guess we can start with the 23andMe. The first thing is like a registry card, because the only way you can get your results is if you register your thing. The little container thing that I have to spit in, which is so, honestly, it's so gross to me. Like, that's why I wanted to do these for a very long time, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it, because, like, so this is the bag that I have to put it in, and this is the little plastic thingy that I have to spit into. And I'm going to show you how far I got to spit. So it starts, get closer. So it starts right here, and I have to spit to up here. So that's like an inch of spit. It's disturbing to me, but you gotta do what you gotta do for science, right? I most likely will be doing all 3 of these tomorrow, and then I'll just like throw them in the mailbox.
Oh, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Now we're gonna look at the Ancestry DNA kit, which opens like this. And there's a thing in the front that says to activate the kit online. Once again, the only way you can get your results is if you activate the kit. This is the baggie. This is the extra box, and then this is the spit tube. And then the last one I have is the MyHeritage DNA, which opens like this. And then this part pops up like that. First thing you see is also the activation number and all of that. This one is a swab. So it's 2 swabs and 2 vials in this one. And then you swab one side of your mouth with one swab, one side of your mouth with the other swab. Make sure you get it in there, and then you put it in there, break off the tip, twist the cap on, and then let's see, what am I sending this back in? Okay, so this is what I'm sending that back in. It's in a little paper baggie. So these are the swabs, and then these are the little vials that I have to break them off into. And then I put them in here, and then I send them off. I was thinking that it would just be something cool to do. As far as I'm concerned, like, I'm blackity black black. This is why I tell some people that I'm Dominican, but at the same time, I don't like telling people that because in my eyes, Dominicans are black people. Like, because there's Dominicans out there that's darker than me. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You might be able to speak Spanish, but at the end of the day, you black, my guy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I just want to know. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to know, like, how much of this is this and how much of that is that. And I want to put the chromosomes and the DNA together so I can know what is 100% me. I mean, it really don't matter because at the end of the day, when people ask me, I just said that super fast. I'm going to tell them I'm black. Like, period. I'm black. Like, it don't matter how you look at it. At the end of the day, I'm black. Even if one of my parents was white, guess what? I'm still black. But that's just my views, you know. That ain't how everybody see the world. But that's how everybody see you. If you black, everybody see you as black. It don't matter what you mix with at the end of the day. So, yeah, I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna register my kits, each and every last one. And then it will probably take about a month or two. And then I'm gonna finish this video. So I will see you guys then. I don't have corona. I'm choking on an acai seed. Oh, my wig's sliding back there. My forehead looking a little large. Alright. Don't judge me. Got my iPad here. And I also got my notes right here. Because I did my math ahead of time. Because I don't want to be sitting up here looking crazy. Getting my maths wrong. So. I have my... Oh, you can't see that. I have my math up here. That way I don't have to try to do mental math. Because... we all know I'm not good at that. To give you guys kind of like a ballpark estimate of how long my results actually took to come back. I don't remember specifically because I got them in like the middle of February. So it's been a while. It's been almost a month since I actually got them. But I got the MyHeritage DNA results back first. Those came back within like 3 weeks, I think. And then I got a notification from 23andMe saying that my sample was like not right or something, and that took like 4 weeks to tell me that. So then they sent me a new box, and then I had to do it over again and then send it back to them. So that overall took about 6 weeks to get those results back. And then my ancestry DNA, it took about 7 weeks, like 7.5 weeks. So yeah, that's the order that they came in. And I looked at them like so I know what they say. Like, this isn't a first impressions of my ethnicity or whatever, because I saw them, I looked at them. But yeah, let's just get right into this part. Alright, so we're gonna go into MyHeritage first, since that's the first one. And this is the first thing you see, ethnicity estimate, and then you just click on ethnicity estimate, and it tells you here what your specific ethnicities are. So Africa is 74.3%, Europe is 17.4%, Middle Eastern is 5%, Asia is 1.9%, and then American is 1.4%. So on each of these apps, because you can download an app for each DNA test or whatever, it shows you like an option to see what all ethnicities they actually tested for. So if you click all supported ethnicities, all of these are all of the DNA that they actually have tested for. So just as an example of how these tests are actually not definitive for what your actual ethnicity is, on this one you see they don't have any DNA from Australia. Australia is not circled. No DNA from Australia. So if I had Australian DNA, it would not show up in this ethnicity estimate because they haven't tested for it. It's not in their database. So they wouldn't be able to match me to any other DNA because they don't have that DNA in the database. You get it? Okay, you get it. So yeah, that's really the main reason why these kind of tests aren't definitive. It's not the end all be all because they don't have every DNA in the world. So they can't really tell you what you are specifically. They could only tell you the DNA that they already have. So those are the percentages for MyHeritage DNA. And then we go to 23andMe, find out what you're made of. So 23andMe says that I am 81.2% African, 16.7% European, and then East Asian and Native American is 1.2%. And I couldn't figure out why they put East Asian and Native American together. I guess because, like, on the earth, they're next to each other. But I don't know. It don't make sense to me. But I guess that's how they grouped it together. So that's the percentages for that one. And then there's also an option on 23andMe to see all tested populations, which is the same thing as like them showing you what all DNA they actually have in their database. So click on that, and then these are all of the ethnicities they have in their database. So they got all of these: Southern European, Italian, Ashkenazi Jew, all of these. East Asian, Native American, Central and South Asian. But all of these say 0 for me because they didn't find any of these places in my DNA. 23andMe also has an option to change the confidence level of what DNA they matched you with. So if you go to DNA painting, loads in, and then it says change confidence levels. So the DNA matches that they first show you is 50% speculative, which means if they don't know exactly, they kind of fill in the gaps for what they think it is. Or you can change it to 90% conservative, which is they're like 90% sure that this is what's in your DNA. But the thing about that is when you click on 90% conservative, when you scroll down, it's still 7% unassigned. And then when it's on 50% speculative, it's only 0.9% unassigned. So speculative, 50% speculative is more of like a ballpark estimate, I guess. And then 90% conservative is just them being 90% sure, like this is what is a part of your DNA, and we just gonna leave out the parts that we don't know. So yeah, even looking at this, it's around the same as the regular one. 79.8% African, 12.2% European, and then 1% East Asian and Native American. And then we go on over to Ancestry DNA, which, go back, okay. Which, they didn't really split these into continents for some reason. I don't know why not, but my ear itches. But I did add all these together so I know what they are, which is why I have my notes, because y'all want finna catch me slipping trying to add and I don't know what I'm talking about. So for Ancestry DNA, I am 84% African and then 16% European. And if you look at the map here, that's it. Like, it's only African and European. There is no Southeast Asian. There is no Middle Eastern. There is none of that. So that just kind of shows you that they're not as accurate as they tell you they are. Because if it was my DNA, then it would show up on each one, you know? But it's not showing up on each one. So how do we know that's really my DNA? Just an example of how if they didn't test for that DNA, if they don't have that DNA in their database, then they can't tell you, like, if you have that DNA. So, like I said, MyHeritage, it does not have Australian DNA supported in its database, but it does have Malaysian and Polynesian, which is kind of like around the same area up in there. But then when you go to Ancestry DNA and then you look at all of the regions tested, they do have Australia right there. That is Australia, and they do have that in their database. So if I had Australian DNA, it would show up on Ancestry DNA, but it wouldn't show up on MyHeritage. So I mean, to a certain extent, like, it can tell you what ethnicities you have and what your DNA consists of, but at the same time, I wouldn't just take that and run with it, because it's probably really not as accurate as you think it is. And I feel like the scientists or whatever they are over there, they know that it's not accurate, but you spending money on it anyway, so they really don't care. They just want your money, to be honest. If I were to like do an average of these three using all the DNA that they gave me, I would be, and this is nowhere shape or form gonna end up to be 100%. I'm just like averaging out the numbers that they gave me. So it would be 79.9% African, 16.6% European, 5% Middle Eastern, because like where did that even come from? Like, I don't understand. 1.4% Asian, and then 0.8% Native American. So actually, let me show y'all this Middle Eastern, because I am just baffled, honestly. So this is what MyHeritage DNA considers Middle Eastern. I'm not sure why MyHeritage DNA is the only one that gathered that information, because Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, all of that stuff, that's in there, right? And then you go to here and all that is right here. This is it. Saudi Arabia, Iraq. This right here, that's the same exact section, right? So this right here, that's the same exact section. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, UAE. But so clearly they tested for that region, but it's not showing up in my DNA for this one, but it's showing up for the other one. You see what I mean? So it's not definitive, because I mean, they just don't know for sure. It's mostly just an estimate. So overall, what I take from this experiment is that DNA kits are inaccurate, but I still got like an estimate of what my ethnicity is. So I mean, that's cool too, you know, for people who actually want to know things like that. So overall, I'm like 80% African, 16% European, and then I don't know, like 2% Native American, and then 2% Asian or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know. I just did this because I wanted to know if it was all gonna say the same thing, and moral of the story, they did not all say the same thing. So it was still something pretty cool to do. I mean, I was still, you know, excited, waiting for the results to come in. I was excited to read the results to see if they actually matched. So, you know, I think it's something you guys should try if you just, I don't know, sitting around doing nothing like everybody is right now. I mean, that's if it will even get sent to you, because, you know. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And click that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my next video. I will see you then. Peace.